Ms. McBath, I'm sorry. Ms. McBath, I recognize you for 5 minutes for questioning.
Thank you, Chair and Ranking Member DeSaulnier, for hosting this hearing, and to our witnesses that are here with us this morning. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify. College athletics have such an important place in our education system and American society. They represent more than just a sports team. They carry the legacy of a town, an institution, and a past player's dreams and accomplishments. These things are incredibly meaningful, and we need to be sure that nothing that we do here in Congress will further complicate things for folks back home or put these opportunities further out of reach for students and their families. Student athletes must be treated with the dignity and the respect that they deserve. They must be fairly compensated for their efforts while ensuring that schools, both large and both small, can continue to provide the high-quality education and athletic opportunities for our students. Athletic scholarships have and continue to play a very important role in making sure that every student who wants to better themselves through higher education has an opportunity to do so without going into a lifetime of debt, regardless of how much money their parents make or whether anyone in their family has ever been to college before. They are directly responsible for helping people lift themselves up from lower income levels and into a better quality of life, sometimes breaking generational cycles of poverty. While most student athletes may not go on to play professional sports, all of them will be more likely able to finish their degree and have the skills that are necessary to provide a decent life for themselves after they graduate. They are true engines of social mobility, and it would be devastating to students, families, and athletic programs if athletes had to worry about being taxed on those very scholarships. But that exact proposal is unfortunately being floated by our House Republicans. This memo, circulated by the majority, which I would like to submit digitally for the record, outlines the potential ways that Republicans want to raise revenue this Congress, and you can see that this proposal to make all scholarships income taxable, this is right here, written out on page 11. This proposal would impose a new tax on students and families and force students and athletic recruits with the lowest incomes to reconsider whether or not they can afford to accept a scholarship because of the new tax burden that would come with it. Student athletes should be focused on success on the field and in the classroom, not on whether they will have to pay a new tax on the scholarships that they've earned. Ms. McWilliams-Parker, can you talk about the negative impact that taxing scholarship opportunities would have on student athletes if this proposal by my House Republican colleagues to tax all scholarships were to become law?
Thank you, Ms. McBath, for that question. I was a walk-on student athlete at Hampton University. My parents had to pay for me to go to college, and I depended on the package to be a student athlete that year. And I earned a scholarship thereafter. And I think about that question, if we had to tax that scholarship, that is an extra burden on my family. That one that they couldn't afford. They couldn't afford for me to go to Hampton. So the fact of the matter of being able to get a scholarship and able to get the resources that I had on campus was extremely important. We're a smaller institutions. We're Division II. All of our student athlete and scholarship packages in our division. So when you talk about exposure and what we're seeing for football and basketball, that is not the reality of our students and our first generational students at our institutions. There's a need, they need the support. They need the Pell Grants. They need the financial aid. That is part of their scholarship package at our Division II schools. And in Division I, I would imagine that they depend on some of that scholarship money as well. So taxing it is not helping us at all.
Thank you for that. I, too, come from Virginia State University. I graduated there. I'm not going to say when, but that is also a Division II school as well. And so I've spoken with our president there several times, and I understand unequivocally how devastating it would be if we were to tax these scholarships. Also in the state of Georgia, too, we have scholarships that are being taxed as well. So thank you for your testimony.
The gentlelady yields back